Hey, what is up, lovelies? It is Lynn the Gacha Goblin, and let's talk about leaks. Okay, so this is a problem that is not only in Love and Deepspace, but this is a problem that is spanning across pretty much everything. You have leaks for music videos, you have leaks for games that have come out, and it's pretty prevalent in the gacha gaming community that there is always going to be some sort of leak in any gacha game. That does not exclude Love and Deepspace. So if you do remember, back in during the time of Silas's release, there was his PV that was released basically almost like a week or something before the live stream was released, and it basically kind of made Infold and Paper Games upset, enough so that they made even a official statement about it during the live stream and then posted it onto their social media. Them apologizing that there was a leak that came out that ruined the game and the player experience of introducing a new love interest and this and that, whatever. I don't know. I have my own personal opinions about leaks, and I also want to know what your opinions about leaks are. But let's go over exactly what actions PG is taking against leakers. So here we have Miru, who is somebody who is pretty active on the CN community and also active on the EN community. And this was a post made in January, which they've actually replied and created another post, which we'll cover also, but this is the original post that was posted. Oop, I just saw this, but the XHS uncles finally got an official warning from PG. Last time they issued a lawyer letter like this was during the Silas leak. PG said that they have collected evidence of their actions and will proceed with further legal actions. It's the blue and yellow uncles if you've seen them on XHS. So I don't know exactly who the blue and yellow uncles are. All I really cover on this channel is the quote-unquote rumors that have been going around that have been translated and whatnot. So let's go over what exactly has been posted recently. So this post was posted on February 9th. And here, just a quick PSA regarding leaks. Since last year, Paper Games has issued a lawyer's statement regarding misinformation and unauthorized leaks, stating that they have collected evidence and will proceed with legal actions. They have warned the uncles again on XHS on early January, a week before 3.0 release, leading to the popular uncles to erase their accounts. PG rarely issues legal letters unless they intend to take cases to court. If you come across similar posts, please be cautious and avoid spreading unverified information. Recently on XHS, since December up until now, there are lots of fabricated or misleading so-called leaks that were posted to stir public opinion to one's benefit, gaining traction to one's account, which led to community drama and fights. Every time a banner nears its end, the LYSK community gets into heated debates over speculations about upcoming characters and the schedule predictions, sometimes even dragging the male leads into chaos. In the end, who actually benefits from this? Other than helping leak accounts gain clout, nobody wins. Okay, so this is very interesting to me because this part here, regarding misinformation and unauthorized leaks, I have a few thoughts about this and I will share them in this video. I personally am of the opinion that leaks don't actually ruin the gamer's experience. Sure, if you have an extreme parasocial relationship with the game, then yes, I guess the leaks can destroy that feeling of I don't know, jubilance and joy that you get from first being introduced to a new love interest. I personally didn't experience that when Silas was leaked in July. I think it was July. I didn't really experience that. I was very excited, and I actually covered that on my channel. I basically shared the opinion of saying that leaks are pretty much inevitable, you know, and they're going to happen especially if, Paper Games or Infold don't make any sort of attempt in creating a calendar or like a roadmap of different events that could potentially happen. And it will just put a lot of players on edge, basically. On other gacha games, if you're unaware of other gacha games, new patches or new characters or new storylines and things like that are typically released like 3 to 2 weeks before it actually gets posted, and they're like ahead of schedule all the time. You're always aware of what is going to come next in the game because it creates that excitement, that anticipation. There's always something to talk about in the game rather than just what is happening right now. Whereas with Infold, they don't like releasing any future information about any game, which is very, very frustrating. I actually feel like Infinity Nikki gets a little bit better in terms of creating a roadmap because there is more of like a lore that they follow there. Whereas in Love and Deepspace, it's always this feeling of FOMO that they're really pushing. You never know what's going to come out next. You never know what you're going to spend your diamonds on now, or if you're going to save them for the next banner that's coming out. There is no time for people to process or prepare themselves for future banners or for the current banner. So it's like the whole it's like understanding that if we're going to have an announcement for a new banner, it is only going to happen at the last 2 days of when this current banner is going to end. So for example, this banner, the Catch 22 banner, ends on the 27th, meaning we're probably only going to find out what's the next banner on the 25th at the earliest. And it doesn't give you time to save diamonds. If you spent everything during this multi-banner right now, you have 2-3 days to get how many diamonds? If you're a free-to-play player and you don't have the RM pass, or if you don't have the annual pass, you can't even get 10 pulls, okay? You can't even save your diamonds for more than, I think, 3 pulls, honestly. And it makes a lot of people feel on edge, It forces people to spend more money in the game. So it's very frustrating, okay, when they don't give you a roadmap. And that is actually what fuels people into wanting to find leaks. Looking for leaks, looking for more information of, should I spend now? What's coming next? Does anybody know? And a lot of speculations will come out and a lot of people will start saying, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. And a lot of that can actually be twisted into misinformation. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people's speculation can be twisted into quote-unquote misinformation and be put into something like this, put into like a lawsuit. Even though these uncles, okay, may have verified information of what's actually going to come out in the game, we as players on this end of the stick, like on this side of the understanding of the situation, will never know if these uncles are just really good at predicting what's going to come up, if they're associated somehow with paper games, if they're able to, dig into the back files of the game and find out what they're trying to put into it or whatnot. Like, how are these uncles even getting their information? Are they just really good at predicting what's going to come out? Or are they doing something that is actually bad and can be genuinely sued for? You know what I'm saying? So I find that saying that it's misinformation is a very fine line between what you can accuse somebody for, because if somebody is just really good at reading clues in the game, people who find out the lore in the game, people who look at the tiny details and like the abyssal chaos, or tiny screenshots of the tiny words that are being said, which could lead to like future quote-unquote leaks about who the next potential love interest is, or what is the next banner that's coming out, or what is the next like storyline that might be shared. Those kind of things, I feel like it's like theory based, and then there's misinformation. You know, I feel like the line between those things can be blurred a little bit because, of course, people will have their own interpretations of what is going to come out in the game. So it's a little bit iffy for me for them to be suing the uncles based on misinformation. The unauthorized leaks is also an interesting way that they phrase this. So then, does that mean that there are authorized leaks? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you specifically say unauthorized leaks? Like, I get, it's just a weird way of saying it, because they could have just said leaks, and leaks already imply that they're not something that is given the stamp of approval, you know. But if you say unauthorized leaks, that's kind of separating them from like authorized leaks. So are there authorized leaks in the game that we just don't know about? Was the release of Silas's not music video, his teaser video, was that an authorized leak? Like, you don't really know, you know. Like, in the game itself, if you look at how much revenue the game was making during the time of Silas's release, prior to that, it wasn't that much, okay? And then suddenly Silas was gonna come out, and then people jumped on the game. People saw the teaser video leak, and they were like, oh my god, this character is coming to the game, maybe I should download it now, so that way I'll be prepared when it was actually launched. And I feel like, okay, I might be a little bit of a conspiracy theorist here, but maybe in order to save the game, because Infold knew that it wasn't really making that much money in the grand scheme of things, like they were placed probably like 20th on the Gacha revenue during that time. So they were probably like, okay, how are we gonna make more money in this space, you know, the Gacha space? Oh, how about let's put out Silas's leak. Again, this is unverified information. This is just my theory of what exactly happened. We never know. And a lot of people are also wondering if the leak of Silas's video was actually an authorized leak, you know what I'm saying? And then they just staged it as this like huge thing or whatever to cause drama, because if there is drama in the game, of course there is conversation. It is going to be on the top of people's what's it called? List of topics to talk about when it comes to Love and Deepspace. And it worked. When Silas was released, everybody started freaking out. When the leak was released, people were freaking out specifically. So yeah, I mean, that's my opinion on this situation. And if you wanted to avoid leaks, you could just release some sort of roadmap of the game. You shouldn't really go after people who are quote-unquote releasing leaks, because at the end of the day, you're not really going to stop people who are leaking the game, unfortunately. Like, I use this example in, like, I think my very first video talking about this, but in Hoyoverse, in Genshin Impact, and also in HSR, there are rampant leaks that come out for that game, also in WoWa. Of course, people are upset that they exist, but even though the company, a massive company like Hoyoverse, has stated multiple times that they will go after these people, they do, but these leakers still find a way of spreading this information elsewhere. Of course, there is the opinion of saying don't spread it publicly online for people who don't want to see it, and you might be ruining the game for them. And I agree with that. If you have leaks and you want to spread them on your private servers in Discord or your private communities on Twitter. Don't spread it out in the open. But again, that's not stopping leaks. That is just putting them in places where it wouldn't ruin the experience of other players. It is not a complete stop to them, because I really do feel like this is the internet. You're not going to stop leaks anyway. However, you can control of the kind of like the narrative of these leaks, or what context these leaks are coming from, by giving a roadmap to players. And that's something that I still believe. It is very interesting. Also, this person here, Infold, can easily fix this issue by giving us a monthly banner schedule. It's really, really funny. And it's also funny, okay, that this lawsuit has been going on since December, or, I guess lawsuit, or whatever you want to call this, case or something. I don't know if it's like officially in the courts already. I think they're just releasing a statement against the blue and yellow uncles or whatnot. Somebody still leaked what was going to come out for the Catch-22 banner. Yeah, like there was that really blurry screenshot of Silas in his like straps and his facial, I don't know, what do you call that, like mask thingy that was going around, and people were like, oh my god, this can't be the new banner, yeah. I mean, of course people shrugged it off because it's completely not what you think Love and Deepspace is going to release. But when we saw the trailer and it was true, those leaks were still there. You know, like there was still leaks that came out in February. So this whole case is not stopping leakers from leaking. It is just actually going to fuel some sort of fire within other people who have access to this information to leak it too. Nothing is gonna stop leaks from happening. And that is my opinion. Do I stand by the fact that there are leaks? Yes and no. I mean, it would be nice if players had a forewarning of what was coming out, so that way we wouldn't feel that much FOMO. But I do understand that it will, like, kind of ruin the experience of some people. So I also understand that. My opinion is, since leaks can't be stopped, at least spread them. At least spread them in private areas if you must. Okay, that's the only thing I'm gonna say about that. And what I cover on this channel, I do cover quote-unquote rumors and leaks, kind of, but I don't show pictures. I try not to show any pictures because if you really don't want to see anything, then this is not the channel for it. But yeah, that is pretty much what's going on. It is widespread, and like, how are they gonna go after everybody who's spreading all of this information anyway? It's very, it would be very difficult to go after every single individual who like retweets something or likes something or copies the link and shares it elsewhere. Like, this is the internet, this is the 21st century. Going after something like that, very difficult, even very difficult. So that is my opinion. Let me know what you think down below in the comments below. Do you like leaks? Do you not like leaks? Do you think that it's something that companies can stop completely? What advice would you give Infold to stop their own leaks if they wanted to? Yeah, that is actually something I'm very curious on your opinions down below in the comments. So thank you all so much for watching. If you want to subscribe to this channel, I cover news surrounding Love and Deepspace, official news, rumors, and yeah, the overall community consensus on what is happening. So thank you all so much for watching. I am Lynn, the Gacha Goblin, and I'll see you lovelies in the next video. Bye now!